Hey y'all, it's Sheila. I am back to do the part 3 to the Scribing from Heaven, dated for yesterday, 1/31/2025. I am with Mandy and G at Seek Heavenly Things and Guillermo de la Parra 303, and I claim that Jesus came in the flesh, bled and died on the cross, and rose on the third day. Okay, so Jesus is speaking, he's been speaking, and he's forever speaking. Okay, so for yesterday's, and I'll more than likely do a part 4 later on today, so just whenever I get the chance to do it. So, okay, so for yesterday, 1/31/2025, God's physical calendar was 7/12, God's spiritual calendar 12/12, and God's True Gregorian calendar is 8/18. Okay, so this is going to be a little blurb here that Mandy's putting in. And again, if you're just seeing this video, there are other parts to this where the full message is, where it starts from the beginning to where it is now. Because this is a message that G received from Jesus. And then, with Mandy and G being soulmates and being one, he had her add pieces in too, like a flower, it bloomed. And so as you'll see the difference as I read through. So, all right. So these supernatural scribe videos on Zoom are coming on Jesus' perfect appointed time. But here is the message on how it bloomed supernaturally while Jesus showed me a new way of scribing from heaven, copying and pasting paragraphs and moving them in a certain order, while adding words to G's original message from Jesus, following all of Jesus' instructions, recorded live on Zoom, and all of that. Jesus spoke to G, giving him these words beforehand, and you will see the supernatural here when I'm ready to release the videos as per Jesus, Jesus' timing, as he gives me the timing to do it. Let's just say it's amazing. I'm going to show you between both messages how it transitions and blooms like a beautiful flower from heaven, as the Lord spoke to both of us. I love Jesus. He's so amazing. All right, so this is G's original message right here. And he received this message on 1/26/2026. So children, if you haven't yet, now go to your knees and pray with me and with a humble heart and ask me if everything that you have been hearing is truth. I promise you, if you are coming to me with a humble heart, admitting that you can be wrong and that you have been listening to the wrong people, I will always show you the truth. I will always show you love. And ask me what you want. Ask me what you want, and I just can't get that sentence today. All right, let's try this again. And ask me what you want, and that I give you the desires of your hearts, showing you that you are ready to take on your position and ready for your training. As you can see, I'm already letting my first fruits, and whoever wants it and feels in their spirit to read my prophecies online and to show your face and to declare who you are running with, beginning of the very end here very soon. Okay. So what he's meaning, what he's speaking there is, if you are seeing all of these videos and you believe that Jesus is in fact speaking through Mandy and whatnot, and everybody that's given these words out, he's encouraging you to take these messages or the parts that are all on our YouTube pages and start from the first one and go to, start with part 1 and put your face on camera, read it, put it on your platform, your YouTube, your TikTok, wherever. So that's what he's meaning. All right, so here's the other part of it, dated on the same day, 1/26/2026. We're about to start the very beginning of the very end here very soon. So now that the enemy is trying to rush and move forward with his plans, I am now showing you how he will have to keep pushing back his plans, waiting on my perfect timing to conduct everything to make sure my people will have plenty of chances to believe in me, that I, Yeshua HaMashiach, has finished everything on the cross. I am doing everything that I know that is possible for my people to recognize my true character that has been covered up by the devil who attacked the churches, teaching my people works to get to heaven based on good merits that they are producing, keeping my people under the law through bondage of slavery, through a works-based gospel, showing you the opposite of patience and kindness, while displaying me as a God of wrath, leaving out my true character as a God of love and grace. And because of these teachings, my people are being led by the false mockery Holy Spirit, keeping them under the law with guilt and condemnation, showing them to attack their neighbor through righteous anger, which is ultimately the opposite of the fruit of the Spirit. And because of this, my people are still bound up in chains, never truly getting to know me and my true character. And because they are always trying to work to be acceptable in my eyes based on their good deeds, they will find themselves being overly exhausted trying to complete every law on their own, making it ultimately impossible for them to produce good fruit because they are relying on themselves to produce a healthy relationship with their works, striving to be forever righteous, making them the ultimate sacrifice for how they displayed their inner workings inside the churches, while never measuring up to the perfect standard of my laws. And this is why I sent my only begotten Son to finish all sins on the cross, not based on their works or striving to complete everything on their own, and not relying on my finished works on the cross, because I have already completed everything, taking away all my transgressions, as my Son paid the ultimate price with his death, eradicating sin for good, producing the finished works by my Son Yeshua HaMashiach, as he paid the penalty for sin, or penalty of sin for good, at the completion of his death, when he bled and died on the cross. Fulfilling all the laws, making it possible for all mankind to be saved when they believed that my Son Jesus Christ fulfilled it all, as you come to believe in him. But you will not receive this revelation of my truth and my knowledge of once saved, always saved, until your heart of stone is removed and replaced inside you with my heart of flesh. That proves to make all of my people forever righteous when my Father sees them, because my Father sees my heart of flesh inside of them, and all of the laws are fulfilled, making all transgression of the laws obsolete once they receive his finished works inside of them. That is when I will activate my heart of flesh, producing good works of the fruit of the Spirit, conveying love for their neighbor, bringing out all of my chosen people, showing the fruit of the Spirit through faith and obedience. And that is the only works that I wish to receive from my children who are reaching a new height of spiritual ascension, to become one with me, to reach my Father, to know all of my hidden truths and mysteries from heaven, as you pursue your relationship with me and bend your heart to my will. So when you are trying to work to get to heaven, you are not relying on me for my finished works on the cross. And this is what the 522 journey is all about. It's adapting to the correct frequency of heaven, adapting to the fruit of the Spirit, and becoming 144,000 again. Just like you all were in the very beginning, when I was creating all of my creations inside the heavens. In the very beginning, you were all a part of the very first flower organism that I am now bringing back on my perfect timing, my perfect appointed time, to show you my truths, so you can recognize my truths while becoming a vessel for God, working for me to bring my truths to my people, to show them the only way to heaven, so they can recognize my voice and be able to let me supernaturally call them up in the Spirit. And by recognizing the Father's true frequencies of heaven, you have reached the highest level of spiritual ascension, becoming one with the Father and to be connected to the original flower grid in heaven. So I am using my chosen prophets now, who will be displayed in the supernatural on my perfect timing. And they and I, through my teachings, are here to show you my heavenly mysteries and my kingdom secrets that I am unsealing here now through my prophets, to reassess the way of how your mind is programmed to think of my character being in a certain light. And I am here to show you all my true character through my prophets, so you can get to know who I am truly. I just can't read this today. All right. So you can get to know who I truly am as your Lord God, and to change the mind of my children on the way that they perceive all things, by believing in me, and know that there is no other way except through me to reach the Father, so they can finally wake up and realize that I am not who they think that I am entirely something else altogether. So as I release my prophets and teach you all of my mysteries from heaven and my kingdom secrets, to bring out my truths of what the devil has covered up by keeping all of you in the dark, hiding my true character from all of you, displaying the non-patient wrath of God, who lacks the ability to understand how my people have been enslaved all of their lives, without truly knowing me and letting my spirit guide them inside of them. As I transfer my knowledge and my truth inside their new heart of flesh, which is the flesh of my own that I shed and bled on the cross, so all of you would be saved from every transgression. Oops, I just lost my spot. Okay, hold on a second. Sorry about that. So I had to find my spot again. Okay. So all of you would be saved from every transgression that has been set up from the very beginning of time, when I allowed the deception in the garden to happen to lure evil in. From the very beginning, the devil has been after so many of you, causing so much heartache and trauma throughout all of your lives. And that is why it is so important to complete the wineskin process, so you can remove all of the darkness through the impurities attached to all of your souls, based on all of the realms and the different characters you have all played in many different suits. Children, I do not want to see you fall. I want to see you succeed and thrive into every new steps that we are taking. But this is training. First, I started out with training with my first fruits, and now all of my 12, who will be trained already coming back from heaven, leading my first fruits to start their training in heaven, and it is allowing my prophets to teach you my ways by learning from them, so you will be progressing to the next level of spiritual ascension, so you can hear the Father's actual voice, to be called up to heaven, to begin training for all of my children, because all of you have been chosen from the very beginning, and on my perfect timing, after you know my true gospel and good news, and after you have completed the wineskin process through purging and cleansing, I will call you up as you are ready to complete your training. Okay, so there'll be another part coming to this later. As always, take this to Jesus and ask him to reveal the truths to you. All right, y'all, be blessed. Bye.